What's up, team? I am here today to show you how to navigate in the 1st Phorm app. So I've pulled up the app on my phone. I am starting at the bottom left corner on the tab that says Dashboard. So if you come here, you see a welcome to 1st Phorm. You can go ahead and scroll down here. The things I want to point out here are daily tasks. So these are things that as you complete them, you can go ahead and cross off. This is going to be a really important step to kind of keep you on track. A lot of these things on here will mimic the things we are working on in our group 8-week challenge. So I encourage you to go in every day, get these done, and select them on your dashboard. If you keep scrolling down below, you will see weekly tasks. These are not a requirement, but I do highly encourage you to take advantage of these and have these weekly tasks completed. Same thing, as you complete them, you can go ahead, cross them off under your dashboard. Beneath that, you will see today's nutrition that I have logged thus far. We will focus more on that when we get to the nutrition tab, but you do kind of have that quick view of where you're at. Below that, I have linked my Apple Watch to here so you can see my current steps. I have a goal set of 10,000, which I encourage for a lot of people, but I can kind of keep tabs on that throughout the day and try to make sure I'm sticking to that goal. Below that, you're going to see the most recent live stream videos that 1st Phorm has put up. These I feel like are very underutilized and extremely valuable. So as you kind of scroll over, you can see some of these. Most of them are 25 to 30 minutes, and I promise you, you will not be disappointed with the content located within these videos. So if you're feeling like you're having a day where you're unmotivated, if you've got just a few minutes of downtime, hey, maybe you sub out one of your Netflix shows and watch one of these in the evening instead. I think they can be extremely valuable, and there's a ton of topics that are logged in here. So beyond that, we're gonna go ahead, scroll over to the next tab on the bottom of the screen called Activity. So here you're gonna see access to your workout option. So I, as most of you know, follow my own CrossFit routine, so I am not currently following one of the app workouts. So what you can do here is on the bottom, put in custom information if you would like, if you are choosing to do something outside of the app. There is, again, no requirement to do the app workouts, but they are there to be a resource for you. So if you do not currently have a workout routine, I highly encourage you to pick one. I will do a separate video talking about how to select your workout program, but just know that on this tab is where you can select browse all workouts. There's divided into beginning, intermediate, and advanced, and tons of options here, guys. So take advantage. This is one of the big perks of this app, and if you're like me, I have a really hard time going into the gym and just figuring out my own workout. It's hard to stay consistent like that, so highly encourage you to select something, shoot me a message if you have questions, and we will figure out the best option for you. Now, I'm going to come back. I'm going to go down to the bottom of my screen again and click over to nutrition. This is where you're going to be spending the bulk of your time. So at the top, you'll see my current macros for the day. The top number is how far I am thus far today. And below that, you'll see the goal and also how many grams of each macronutrient, protein, carbs, and fat that we have left, in addition to the calories on the far left-hand side. Below that, you will also see fiber. This is something that you guys, if you haven't already, will come to find that I really encourage and make a big point to help people get there. So minimum 20 grams daily. That is like minimum, guys. Usually I like to have women closer to 25 and men closer to 35. But let's shoot to get that 20 grams in daily as a minimum. You'll also see the option to add water here. So as I complete my water goals for the day, you can either do it at the end of the day or kind of as you go to hold yourself accountable. There is a goal of minimum 100 ounces, which I encourage all of my team members to do. Below that, I'll do a separate video going through the ins and outs of this particular page with nutrition, but just kind of so you have an idea, this is what the macro calorie counting toggling section looks like, what I encourage all of my team members to be under, so you can add individual meals, and then I will show you in a follow-up video how to use the extra features like copying a meal over, adding in your own meal, that type of thing. So if you scroll over to the next one, that is the chat feature. So that is where you're going to be able to have conversations with me. This is going to show somebody different, but this will be my name here. So this is where you're going to go ahead and contact me to chat about questions, concerns, and follow-ups with your weekly assessments and check-ins. Now, I moved over to the final tab that says menu in the lower left-hand corner. Here you're gonna see settings, contact information, a lot of that stuff you can ignore. But the things I wanted to point out, number one, the nutrition tab. So if I tell you to go in and customize your macros, I will give you numbers. What I want you to do is click on that nutrition tab. You're going to scroll down to that big blue box that says customize macros. And if you click that and scroll down, there is a place to go ahead and enter in your own numbers. Please do not do this unless I give you specific numbers to do that with. The goal there is to, again, beat the computer system. Sometimes it's not always the most accurate, or it may not be the smartest move based on things that I know that the app is not able to take into account. So please contact me before making those adjustments, but just wanted to point out where those are. Again, I will do some more follow-up videos about the settings located within this tab, but just wanted to show you where that's located. Next, you will see activity. This is another place where you can look at where those different workout plan options are and the ones that you have selected. If you have questions about this, please reach out to me. Going back to menu, a couple other things, announcements. So when I send out announcements, they will be located down here. I'm going to scroll up to it. So you're going to click announcements, and under there you will see things that I have listed for you. So though you should get an alert, but it is good practice to check in there every so often, make sure you haven't missed anything. Last couple things in here, take assessment. So this is where you're going to go when I ask you to complete an assessment for check-in. So it's going to have you scroll through some questions. I'm just going to quick through these quickly. We will do a separate one. You're going to upload your photos, and then you're going to hit next after you take your photos, and that will allow you to submit that check-in, which will shoot a message to me and cue me to reach out to you. Coming back to menu. We are just going to peek at photos. So if you click down in photos, you will see all of your previous photos logged here with your latest photos at the top. So you can always look back, and it's great to have a nice long list of those photos, even if it's not super fun doing them week after week. It's cool to look back and see the progress that you've made. So we want to have those on file in the app. Last couple things here, my foods. I will show you how to utilize this more, but here is where you're going to see all of the foods that you have individually added into your app. So this is how you customize things, how you add things in that maybe you can't find in there, or also where the recipe feature is located. Back to menu. We also have our body metrics tab, so you can go ahead and add in those. If that's something, I think it's extremely valuable if you can be consistent with that, even a couple times a month. So I encourage you to utilize that. And then you also see a 1st Phorm products tab. So you'll hear me talk about products. This is where you can take a peek at them. That's also separate from the website. But from here, you can order directly. It will organize them based off of major goals. So fat loss, force performance, and of course, happy to have conversations with you about these things in the meantime, but wanted to show you that there's a quick and easy way to kind of go through these and find out what might be the best fit for you for your current goals. Very last thing on here, I wanted to bring you back to this live streaming. So these are where all of those live streams that I showed you on the dashboard are housed. So while they may feature the first most recent ones on the dashboard, you can scroll through and look at all these amazing videos that you can go back and watch. So highly, highly encourage you, go through, see a topic that might be interesting to you and take a peek. They're really, really valuable videos. So hopefully that helps, guys. I will talk to you soon.